Amen. I'm going to try and approach the symbology of this history as opposed to the history itself. So, I'm going to ask Sister Emma, can you try and run us through how you see these things?
Yeah, I agree with the first line.
Can't hear you, sorry.
I agree with the first line. There's a messenger with a message, and then the second bit, the first bit, there's a message with human voices joining. So there's lots of people that give the same message.
So those human voices who agree, they give the message, the same one. Fear God, give him glory, for the hour of his judgment has come.
And then the second line, you see there's a messenger with a message. And then the second part of the line, there's a messenger with a message.
Okay, so let's put that down because that's not there. So we've got one angel who's a messenger with a message, and here you have the same thing.
Yeah.
So that's what was missing before that I wanted us to see, and we've got it here, second angel and the second angel. So at that level, if we just put human voices, okay, we leave the human voices, but at that level it's identical to this first one. One angel, messenger with a message, messenger with a message, and an angel and messenger. It's the same angel, which is the same messenger with the same message. So nothing has changed there. Then,
and then the angel as a symbol of another message joining this one.
Okay, so let me take that out. No, I'll just put it underneath. Okay, so that's good. So we've got angels, which is another message.
Uniting with that one. Uniting or joining with both.
And they unite.
And then the humans is a symbol that all people come into harmony with those messages to preach those messages.
And the humans equal what?
People, lots of people giving that message in harmony. Lots of people doing it. Like, same as the first line. The humans represent in harmony. Like lots of people unite to give that message with those two messages.
Which message are they giving? You just said two.
The one that the first message is giving and the other angel.
They're giving that one as well?
Yeah, they're giving all messages.
You can see that in the passage.
Yeah, I think it's all together.
Where do we see that? Sorry? We've got three passages we're dealing with. What are the three passages we're dealing with? We're writing 277, 238, and was it in GC 611? I thought, was it in GC 611 or not?
Yeah.
Yeah? So I mean 238.
So
Near the close?
Yeah, just before that. It's like,
Before that? Okay. I'll go to the first paragraph. 237, paragraph 2. As the churches refused to receive the first angel's message, they rejected the light from heaven and fell from the favor of God. They trusted to their own strength, and by opposing the first message, placed themselves where they could not see the light of the second angel's message. But the beloved of God, who were oppressed, accepted the message, Babylon is fallen, and left the churches. Sorry? Okay. Sorry? Can't hear you. Near the close of the second angel's message, I saw a great light from heaven shining upon the people of God. The rays of this light seemed bright as the sun, and I heard the voices of angels crying, "Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him." This was the midnight cry, which was to give power to the second angel's message. Angels were sent from heaven to arouse the discouraged saints and prepare them for the great work before them. The most talented men were not the first to receive this message. Angels were sent to the humble devoted ones and constrained them to raise the cry, "Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him." Any more?
So that's the message of the angels. Is this before the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him?
Okay.
In the first paragraph.
238.23.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to finish that paragraph then. Those entrusted with the cry made haste, and in the power of the Holy Spirit sounded the message and aroused their discouraged brethren. This work did not stand in the wisdom and learning of men, but in the power of God and his saints, who heard the cry and could not resist it. The most spiritual received the message first, and those who had formerly led in the work were the last to receive and help swallow the cry, "Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him." In every part of the land light was given upon the second angel's message, and the cry melted the hearts of thousands. It went from city to city and from village to village, until the waiting people of God were fully aroused. In many churches the message was not permitted to be given, and a large company who had a living testimony left these churches. A mighty work was accomplished by the midnight cry. The message was heart-searching, leading the believers to seek a living experience for themselves. They knew that they could not lean upon one another. The saints anxiously waited for the Lord with fasting, watching, and almost constant prayer. Even some sinners looked forward to the time with terror.
So we're going to make a comment on the first sentence. It says, in every part of the land, light was given upon the second angel's message, and the crying of the hearts of thousands. So we see the connection. It's right on the second message, but it's behold the bridegroom cometh is the word, is this midnight cry. So you see the harmony of the two thoughts there. And then not the next one, the one after that, in many churches the message was not permitted to be given. A large company who had a living testimony left this fallen church. So you see the effect is the same as the first part of the message, Babylon's fallen in the churches. So it is intimately connected to the second message. And mighty work is accomplished by the midnight cry, and that is the midnight cry. It's mighty work is the light, which is Babylon's fallen out.
So when it says the second angel's message in paragraph 3, what is that message? That's Babylon is fallen? You seem to say it wasn't.
Not really. But the light that's given on it is this cry, which is called the
In every part of the land. So the second angel's message is Babylon is fallen. And what's the light on the second angel?
The light now is this snow message called the bridegroom cometh, which gives power to it, the impetus to leave the church. Because some of the first cry of Babylon is fallen, but not with this impetus, this light, this power that these angels bring. It's this, I see this as the light of snow giving the burning hell, which can help.
So you're saying paragraph 1 and paragraph 3 is two separate steps, as opposed to paragraph 1 being a summary of what's happening. So when they accepted the message, Babylon is fallen and left the churches, I thought you just said they had already left and then other people leave afterwards. Did you ask me a question? Yeah. First paragraph, it says, accepted the message, Babylon, and left the churches. I thought you just said they left. Some people left then, and some people leave later. Or is paragraph 1, the first paragraph, is that a summary of what's going on?
I think I'm reading that. Some people let it remain. It's not something that's going on. I think that it's progressive work of this that they start with. It could be somewhere.
Brother Rogers?
So I think paragraph 1 is a summary of what will later be explained in the preceding paragraphs. And why I know that, because Great Controversy 389 says that the second angel was first proclaimed in the Psalm 44. We don't have evidence that it was proclaimed before. So paragraph 1 is a summary of what is going to be explained after, and this leading of the churches is now given later, and that is at the leading part of Psalm 44.
Anyone else? Or even Sister Emma? So the logic that Brother Rogers is using is that the cry is not even given at the arrival, it's given later on in the summer. But without that logic, without going into the history of it, I don't want to go into the history of it, I guess. I can't hear you.
I think it's the summary that still sees the progression.
I'm not sure what you mean by progression.
Which marks the next paragraph near the close of the second angel message is light. And that's when the light is crying before the brightness comes.
It's just that when you said in every part of the land light was given upon the second angel's message, you emphasise second angel and the light of the second angel. Is that what you said? You seem to emphasise that. But if you go to the first paragraph, it says they trusted to their own strength, and by opposing the first message placed themselves where they could not see the light of the second angel's message. It's identical to the phrase in the paragraph that you'd picked up. So if you're going to use the light of the second angel is the second angel is Babylon is fallen, and the light is behold the bridegroom cometh, you probably have to use it in the same way in the first paragraph, because it says the same thing, the light of the second angel.
Yeah, it does. Then it seems to get brighter, that scene, in the next paragraph, near the close of the second angel, I saw a great light from the heaven shining upon him from God. The rays of this light seemed bright as the sun. It seemed to me that I don't know if it's not absolutely me.
We already read from Second Angel's Message chapter from Early Writings. I think that was page 240 from Early Writings. Oh, no, we are in here. That is Second Angel. Advent Movement Illustrated, sorry. I think that is from 240 onwards. When we read that one, we saw when the second angel came, there was light. It said, I heard a voice and then light. and then it said they had further light. So there is light of the first angel, but that light of the first angel is Babylon is fallen. It's not, behold the bridegroom cometh. It's going to be true to what it says. I don't know what you mean by yes.
The light is Babylon fallen, more light is Babylon coming.
Okay, but in when you go to 238.3, what light is that? Because you seem to infer that's the great light, as opposed to just the light of the second angel.
I think Jesus is the cry, but that's because she says the cry. The cry is the great light. Because the previous paragraph says, raise the cry of the golden car.
So the light of the second angel in 238.3 is different to the light of the second angel in 237.2. Because you're inserting now the great light. Brother William?
I think I agree with Sister Emma.
I think you need to explain what you agree on.
What I'm saying is that we have the second angel arriving, and when that angel arrives with a light. And I'm saying that light is Babylon is fallen. But you can see after that she says that there was further light which she calls the great light now. This is the light which was to empower the second angel, which is behold the bride will come like now. So I think both messages are given in summer, but it's only that we don't know which summer is the message Babylon is fallen is given. Because summer may be July, because we know behold the bride will come, it is given in August 15, according to us, and according to the mirror, it's July 21. So I believe is that both messages are being given at the same time, but they are united. As Sister Wex says that this midnight cry message came to unite with the second angel. So in a way we can see both messages being given, but they are united. Both the light of the second angel and the great light behind the bride will come, which is empowering it.
So, what about these people?
The human voices. The way I'm going about it is that the message is given by a singular person, and then those who join in the proclaiming the message are the human voices.
And who are the angels?
You want me to say a person?
Are the angels people?
In that history, I believe yes.
And the people?
The distinction I'm making is that the angels are the person who comes with the message. And then there are those who join him. So those who join him are the human voices. But whoever will initiate this message is the angel.
Whoever
initiates the message.
Whoever initiates the message.
Yeah.
And so when it's the angels who initiate the message, what is that message?
Come up and do this.
The angels who initiate the message, what message is it that they're initiating?
Behold the bride will come.
Only.
Yeah.
Not Babylon is fallen.
No, it's only behold the bride will come.
And when we go to the second angel, Advent Movement Illustrated, this is 241 paragraph 2, 241 paragraph 2, it's only a couple of pages down. Then I heard the voice of another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, is fallen. A light shone upon those desponding ones, and with ardent desires for his appearing, they again fixed their eyes upon Jesus. I saw a number of angels conversing with the one who had cried, Babylon is fallen, and these united with him in the cry, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. So we've discussed what that means. They're saying two separate things, but they're uniting with him in this secondary message. The musical voices of these angels seem to reach everywhere. An exceeding bright and glorious light shone around those who had cherished the light which had been imparted to them. Their faces shone with excellent glory, and they united with the angels in the cry, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, as they harmoniously raised the cry among the different companies. Those who rejected the light pushed them, and with angry looks scorned and derided them. So tell us, Sister Emma, why are you saying that these human voices are giving two messages?
Because they united with the angels who united with the second angel.
Yeah, but when the angels united with the second angel, they didn't give his message, they just gave their own one. They didn't say, oh, we'll say Babylon is fallen and behold the bridegroom cometh. They just have a singular message, just like he had a singular message. Because if they had joined with him, they would have become the second angel. And then you're going to have problems when you go to this model, because it says, I heard another voice, not the same voice. Because if they're saying the same thing, it'd be the same voice.
Yes, a different voice and a different message. It's intimately connected to the first one, that's what I'm seeing.
I'm not arguing about the intimacy.
But they're giving one side, so it's the side of what God.
Not the other message.
No, it's if these angels join them and say they're all saying the same thing now, before the bridegroom comes and they're doing the same thing.
So, plus humans who agree and give the message, Behold the bridegroom cometh, Matthew 25, not Revelation 18 or Revelation 14, depending on how we do that. No? My brother?
Personally, I think I'm reading something from Revelation 77, paragraph 2. It says that angels were sent to take the mighty angel from heaven, and I heard voices which seemed to sound come out of her, that you are not partakers of her sins, that you receive not our praise. For our sins are big and rebellion, God has numbered our iniquities. Then it says that this message, singular, seems to be an addition to that message, joining it as the midnight cry joined the second angel's message in 1824. So if these angels that came to join the Lord are giving a singular message, me, I'm also tempted, I'm also convicted to believe that the same thing is going to apply to the angels joining giving the midnight cry. How do we join the second angel? They give a singular message.
Just say that again. I got most of that.
Yeah, I'm saying, according to this paragraph, it says that these angels who came to join the third angel's message, they gave a singular message. Where we begin that this message, not this message is singular. This message seems to be an addition. So these all angels are giving a singular message, one message. And when I apply that to the history of 1844, so it shows that these angels who came, they gave a singular message, a same message, and joined the second angel's message to proclaim.
Everybody okay with that? So I want us to try and find a passage that talks about these people coming out of the churches. Someone find something that says about they come out of the churches.
Can you try Great Controversy 276?
In the summer of 1844, about 50,000 withdrew from the churches. That one?
Yeah.
Someone else? Sorry? I didn't hear. I can't hear that. 277.
That's 7.
237. Great Controversy. 237, paragraph 2.
And then 243 paragraph 1.
Same book?
Yes.
243,
42,
paragraph 3.
paragraph 1 and
So in the summer of 1844, about 50,000 withdrew from the churches. Then early writings, 237. That's GC 376. Two three seven paragraph 2. So that's the one we've read. Oh, sorry, yeah. Accepted Babylon fallen. That's sorry. And left the churches. So we got that one. And 242. 243. Persons would continue leaving the companies that were in darkness and joining the free company, who appeared to be in an open field raised above the earth. Their gaze was directed upwards, the glory of God rested upon them, and they joyfully shouted his praise. They were closely united and seemed to be wrapped in the light of heaven. Around his company were some who came under the influence of the light, but who were not particularly united to the company. All who cherished the light shed upon them were gazing upward with intense interest. Jesus looked upon them with sweet approbation. They expected him to come and longed for his appearing. They did not cast one lingering look upon the earth, but again a cloud settled upon the waiting ones, and I saw them turn their weary eyes downward. I inquired the cause of this change, said my accompanying angel. They are again disappointed in their expectations. Jesus cannot yet come to earth. They must endure greater trials for his sake. They must give up errors and traditions received from men and turn wholly to God and his word. They must be purified, made right, tried. Those who endure bitter trial will obtain an eternal victory. What's the context of that? Okay, okay, I found where I wanted to be. Let's go back to 240. I think that is a good one. Should have just read a bit further down. So this is the Advent movement illustrated. I think we did read this before. So I'll go back to 240.2. A glorious light then rested down upon these companies to enlighten all who would receive it. Some of those who were in darkness received the light and rejoiced. Others resisted the light from heaven, saying that it was sent to lead them astray. The light passed from them, and they were left in darkness. Those who had received the light from Jesus joyfully cherished the increase of precious light which was shed upon them. Their faces beamed with holy joy, while their gaze was directed upward to Jesus with intense interest, and their voices were heard in harmony with the voice of the angel. Fear God, give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come. As they raised this cry, I saw those who were in darkness thrusting them with side and shoulder. Then many who cherished the sacred light broke the cords which confined them and stood out, separated from these companies. As they were doing this, men belonging to the different companies and revered by them passed through, some with pleasing words, others with wrathful looks and threatening gestures, and fastened the cords which were weakening. These men were constantly saying, God is with us. We stand in the light. We have the truth. I inquired who these men were and was told that they were ministered, leading men who had rejected the light themselves and were unwilling that others should receive it. When I asked before, just want to go back. We said, their faces beamed with holy joy, while their gaze was directed upward to Jesus with intense interest, and their voices were heard in harmony with the voice of the angel. Fear God. No, so that's not what we want. You took us to 243, paragraph 1. I want to go to 241, paragraph 2. Then I heard the voice of another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, is fallen. A light shone upon those desponding ones, and with ardent desires for his appearing, they again fixed their eyes upon Jesus. I saw a number of angels conversing with the one who had cried, Babylon is fallen, and these united with him in the cry, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. The musical voices of these angels seemed to reach everywhere. An exceeding bright and glorious light rested around those who had cherished the light which had been imparted to them. Their faces shone with excellent glory, and they united with the angels, Behold, the bridegroom cometh. As they harmoniously raised the cry among the different companies, those who rejected the light pushed them with angry looks, scorned and derided them. But angels wafted their wings over the persecuted ones, while Satan and his angels were seeking to press their darkness around them, to lead them to reject the light of heaven. This is the paragraph I wanted to get to. Then I heard a voice saying to those who had been pushed and derided, Come out from among them and touch not the unclean. In obedience to this voice, a large number broke the cords which bound them, and leaving the companies that were in total darkness, joined those who had previously gained their freedom, and joyfully united their voices with them. I heard the voice of earnest, agonizing prayer from a few who still remained with the companies that were in darkness. The ministers and leading men were passing around in these different companies, fastening the cords more firmly, but still I heard this voice of earnest prayer. Then I saw those who had been praying reach out their hands for help towards the united company who were free, rejoicing in God. The answer from them as they earnestly looked to heaven and pointed upward was, Come out from among them and be ye separate. So individuals struggling for freedom, and as at last they broke the cords that bound them, they resisted the efforts which were made to fasten the cords tighter and refused to heed the repeated assertions, God is with us, we have the truth. Persons were continually leaving the companies. So this is the passage that my brother asked us to read. We read paragraph 1. Sorry, no, now we're reading this one. Persons were continually leaving the companies were in darkness and joining the free company, who appeared to be in an open field raised above the earth. Their gaze was directed upward, the glory of God rested upon them, and they joyfully shouted with praise. What is that open field raised above the earth? Sorry? The path to heaven. Anyone else? Ellen White's first vision. Anyone else?
Is
The movement. Sister Emma? The true church. I want to come back. It says, "Come out from among them and touch not the unclean." What passage is that?
Colossians.
Second Corinthians 6, 17.
14 to 18.
So someone read that.
Verse 17. Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you.
Okay, so this passage when they're saying, "Come out from among them and touch not the unclean," what does that sound like? That sounds like 18:4 and 5, but they're not using 18:4 and 5. They're using 2 Corinthians. So she says, "Then I heard a voice." So what voice is this? Which angel is this one? It's the second. These angels that joined the second? Why the angels that joined the second?
Because based on that line, it says, "Then I heard a voice saying to those who had been killed at the idol, come out from among them and touch not the unclean." This is
Okay. Oh, sorry. You had your hand up before. No? You did, but I've left it too long. I'm sorry.
Okay, we read that. Then I heard a voice saying to those who had been "Come out from among them." So, you may say that I don't know who this angel is, but the voice seems like second angel message.
Sounds like?
Like second angel message, but I don't know which angel it is.
Why the second angel's message?
Because second angel message is all about and clean or Babylon. That is to separate yourself from Babylon. And the voice says that come out among them. And then among them from there, to apply that what should be Babylon. That second angel message says.
Does he say that? I heard another voice.
Yeah, another voice.
That's not the voice of the second angel, it's another voice.
Yeah, but I don't know which angel it is.
That's fine, but it's not the second angel. Because you went back to Revelation 18 and said, "Come out" is the second angel's message, and it's not. "Come out" is another message. Brother Kevis?
so. If we read the first line of 2:1, paragraph 2, called come to Parminder.
I didn't catch that.
If we read the
First line.
other writing is 2:41.
Then I heard a voice of another angel saying, "Babylon is fallen, is fallen."
A light shone upon these responding ones, and with ardent desires for his appearing, they again fixed their eyes upon Jesus. This is the second miracle.
That's the second angel.
I saw a number of angels conversing, and the one who had cried, "Babylon is fallen," and he said to him to cry, "Behold, the judgment cometh, go ye out." So these are the voices of the other angels,
Yep.
and then the second. So So when you come to the next paragraph, says, then I had a voice saying to those who had been pushed and derided, come out from among them and touch not their food. In obedience to this voice, the right hand broke the cords of his garment and moved the companies that were in darkness. Join those who had previously gained their freedom and therefore united their voices with them. So I'm going to say that this voice that says that I had a voice saying to those who have been pushed and divided is the message of the other angels that joins the second. And they say, come out from among them. And the second witness in that logic is that those that are going to take heed to that voice are going to join those who are previously heeded the message and have come out. So I will say it in where I talk, it says, the third sentence. So the second one. In obedience to this voice, Alexander broke the cords which bound them and lead the companies that were darkness, when those who had previously gained the freedom and grateful united their voices with them. So they are going to unite their voices with those who had previously separated. And this previous separation, I am saying it's the time when the second angel came and announced that Parminder was coming.
My brother?
When I read this story, you need to first understand what the key player in the story. When you begin, then I have the voice of another angel saying that you will restore the story. That is the first player. When he sends his message, he goes to a group of people. Then you see, I saw a number of angels conversing with the one who cried. So there are angels with this first player, they are bringing their light to bear. When light comes, it goes to a group of people. And this group of people, when they receive these two lights, they are going to unite with the angel to give light to the discouraged people who are going to fight back. And then, when you go to the next paragraph, it says, then I heard a voice saying to those who had been pushed. So we are seeing who are these who have been pushed. So these are the angels plus this other group who are united to give this message. The only Bible will come. And then a voice comes to this group, withdraw. So I don't know now who that voice is. Because it is directed to these people who are giving the message, not any other group, withdraw.
So it's being directed to those who
are giving the message.
Who are giving the message.
Yes.
Not another group.
Because as they withdraw, then the other people also come and join them. That's how the story is portrayed.
Do we all agree with that? Do you agree with that?
I don't agree with that. Because these people have been right themselves the message. And we have another group that they are going to join. Means that we have to. Because we have those who have freedom who gained freedom before. They are going to join that group.
What
what I see is like we have the third angel running through history. We have an angel comes who cries with a loud voice. Then we have the angels who says, who come and say, come out for my people. I'm seeing the same scenario. You have the second angel running through history. You have, so this angel is running through history like the third. Then you have I don't know the order to put them, but you have this voice, which is a voice, which I'm going to line up with that one, because that one, it cries with a strong voice, I think.
This one?
Yeah, there is a voice, and here you have a voice saying, come out of my people.
That's that?
Yeah. Then we have multiple angels crying before the brethren come and go out to meet him. So that's what it is.
So this is 2 Corinthians, and this is Matthew 25. Everybody agree with that? You agree with that? No?
I put 2 Corinthians 9 through about 25.
So you put 2 Corinthians down here. Why have you put it here?
I see, I'm understanding is a little different. So even, but I wanted just to stick to the structure that we have from above. But I need to.
So if we stuck to the structure that we had, this one says Babylon is fallen, and this one says come out. That's the structure that we have. If this is the arrival of the second angel, and then it runs through history, this is Babylon is fallen, which is Revelation 14, and then here you've got come out, which is 2 Corinthians, and then you've got the bridegroom, which is Matthew 25. And if we've got come out and Matthew 25, we've got this one covered, and we've got this one covered. We okay with that? When I mean covered, they're paralleling exactly. What about this one? The bridegroom cometh. Why is that one not paralleling that one? Let me reframe my question. Explain. I'm not trying to give a loaded question.
It seemed hard to me to explain it.
Sorry?
It seemed hard to me to explain it. In the first line, it's telling us
that one?
Yeah, the first line is giving us that these are the angels that join the mighty angel, and the message is coming out. So we are seeing that in line parallel with the other line. The second angel is teaching the fall of Babylon and the coming out, which is the 2 Corinthians. But the line that is being given there by the angel in the down line is that the older bride will come.
Okay, so you explained what the imagery. I just want to give an explanation if there's a discrepancy. My brother?
Me, what I'm seeing from there, it may be looking like there are two different messages on the same line, but when you see from the history that angel which came, and it is that angel giving the message that come out of her my people.
Let me stop you. I've got that one is fine. That one is fine. I want you to explain that one.
Okay, what I can say is that it is that one which he came and joined himself with, that one which is heaven.
Yeah, but I know it joins it. I'm just trying to explain why I've got a bridegroom here and I don't have a bridegroom here.
That bridegroom, it was a message that was going with those angels.
I know that.
Yeah.
My brother.
Why the bridegroom is at midnight cry?
No, I'm not asking why is it midnight cry. I'm just saying I've got 1, 2, 3 messages. Bridegroom. I've only got 1, 2. Where's the? Why have I got more information here than I have here?
Okay.
Why is it different information, not more? I don't want to say it's more. I don't want to.
Because the line from above, that is, we are put it to be the 3 angels message running through, but this, the downer one is the second angel's message running through.
Don't tell me stuff I already know. Try and answer my question. Well, I want a direct parallel. And it doesn't look like a direct parallel to me. So that's what I want explained. Brother William.
So
Tell me what I don't know. Don't tell me what I do know.
I'm asking a question, then I tell you what you need to know. And I'm thinking like, we don't expect exact parallels between the upper line and the lower line.
Is that a question?
Yeah, I'm making a statement, then I ask a question. Because
Statement, question, and answer. Okay, it's expanded.
I'll ask mine, then answer yours.
Yeah, so you 3 steps to it.
Because in the upper line,
So you don't expect it to be identical.
yeah,
Make your okay?
I'm focusing.
Your question?
So my question is, if we go to the upper line, 18, 2 and 3, it is empowering the third angel. It's coming to join it. But in the downer line, the second angel is just arriving. So for me, if it could be the second angel joining the first angel, it would be nicer. How do we explain that? Because in the upper, what you have called 2A, 2A is coming to join the third, which is already invisible from the time prior to that. But if you come to the downer line, the second angel is just arriving. So there is no message is joining. It is just a fresh message arriving, and then
Is that your question?
yeah. So how do we can already note the differences. So how do we need a parallel?
I asked you for the answer. You just told me what the problem is. You just asked me, how do we reconcile it?
That is what I'm asking.
That's what I'm asking. I'm asking you, how do we reconcile it? You asked me the same question back again. After first telling me, it doesn't have to parallel, and then you're telling me, how does it parallel? I told you, don't tell me what I already know. I already know that. Oh, okay, my brother at the back.
I think since we are looking at the second coming as the end point, you can add all the Bible.
I can add what? Oh, okay. So you're telling me the third angel's message is what?
It's come out of us.
No, that's that one. Come out is that one. What did you just say the third was?
The second coming, right?
So you're saying the third one is the bridegroom. Is that right?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm asking, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying that.
My point is, I think how you have done the drawing, according to me, is not accurate. Because we have the third angel.
This one?
It doesn't begin where you have begun the line.
Okay.
It is there before, running through history.
Okay, so I'll do that then.
Then he's joined by Revelation 18, 1 to 3 angel. Then we have this. It says, angels were sent to aid the mighty angel. So these angels here are sent to aid the mighty angel who descended and opened the third. So when you come to this second angel down here, he began before, also like the third. This second angel has gone along the line, so you can do.
He began back here
Yeah.
before he arrived.
Yeah, I will explain. I'm not marking that as the arrival. So I'm marking the way it begins before is the arrival, when he arrives. Then, in this paragraph that we read from All Writings 277, paragraph 2, what Ellen White was doing, she was comparing these angels who joined the mighty angel with the midnight cry as it joined the second angel. That's what she was doing. So she's comparing the midnight cry before the bridegroom coming with the angels who joined the mighty angel.
She doesn't have any of this, she has just that.
Yeah. No, I'm saying in the paragraph we read, we have that and that.
So you just have that, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's what she had. That's what she gave us. But now we have come up with a quotation which says, then I had a voice. So I think what we have to grapple with is where to place this voice. But I don't think that we substitute this, like the three angels, if I call them three, the three things coming down, you place them and say, come out of fact. So I think when everybody was doing a parallel between Revelation 18 verses 4 and 5 and the midnight cry, she was not doing it based on the message. Because we don't see, behold, the bridegroom coming being equal to come out of my people. So she was making a parallel. Just like this voice joined the mighty angel, is the same way the midnight cry message joined the what? The second angel. So then we have now this voice. Now, what we have to grapple with is where do we place this voice of 2 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 17, come out of her and be separate from her. And that's why, for me, I said, because we had not discussed this voice before, that's why I said, if I was to go by the structure that is on the board, not necessarily based on the message they give, that voice, based on that Ellen White has already lined up the midnight cry with Revelation 2 verses 4 and 5, I will bring that voice to line up with the mighty angel.
So you don't want to line up the arrival of the second angel in April with the Sunday law?
No. Because what William has identified is that whatever you have written 2a and 18:4-5 is coming to give power to the third angel. So I'm going to go by, that is the empowerment of the second, not the arrival.
That's the empowerment, right? That's what that board work says. It says that's the empowerment and that's the arrival.
No, what I want to mark is that Revelation 18 verses 1-3 is the beginning of the cry.
Revelation
18 1-3 here.
Yeah.
The beginning of the cry, which swells into a loud cry in 18:4-5.
You used an argument 20 minutes ago, I think, or even in the last class, that you said it was in the summer that the second angel was given, and now you're fighting against your own logic. Because you demonstrated, you said, I can't remember where it was, you said it was the second angel was first given in the summer, and that voice come out wasn't given before the message of Babylon is fallen is given. It must be at the same time or later.
That's why I say.
So it has to be at the summer.
That's why I say if you read the paragraphs, I see the weakness of bringing it behind. If you read the paragraphs, it's like all these things are happening in the summer.
Yeah.
Which is August, obviously.
Which must be all here then.
Babylon is fallen, and come out of her, be separate. So all those things are happening in the summer. But when you try to bring it behind, then I don't see if it works. If you want to cluster them all in.
But we've got it here. We've got the second angel twice. It's here on its own, and then it is here. It's just that now we've got the second angel, the angels, and 2 Corinthians, another voice. We've got three things here.
Yeah, I see those three things. But when you come to 2a, wherever you've written 2a,
here,
and 18:4-5, that's the beginning of the cry, and it swells into a loud cry in 18:4-5. But we know that cry is empowering the second angel. If you're going to mirror history, I'll mark the beginning of the cry in July, as it swells into a loud cry into August. So that's why
Yeah, but remember, we can do July or April, depending on which logic we want. If we're going to mark the arrival of the messages, the arrival is April, just like the arrival is here at the Sunday law.
Okay, then if that be the case, then I'll go by, we cluster all these messages in the Psalm, which is August. Behold, the bread will come in, Babylon is fallen, and come out of our people.
Just like we would do here.
Now, if you read from other writings, it places everything in the Psalm,
Yes.
which is August.
I'm okay with that, just like we would do in this line, the line of the Sunday law.
Yeah.
So the line of Sunday law, we say this angel comes down, and to begin to, he comes out at the right moment, begins to empower the third as it swells to a loud cry. But if we're going to use this for any structure, we're supposed to go from the natural to the spiritual. This will teach us what this will even look like. So even though this angel comes down and he begins to empower, it's in essence saying that the Sunday law, we're not even doing anything.
So, okay. The only problem I have in my mind, maybe we clarify, when you come to, if we want to mark this as April 2:8 down here, if we go by, as you have said, the natural, that's not the spiritual. If you go to the history, I don't have any evidence that Babylon is fallen was given before the Psalm. If you go to the periodicals.
That's right. And what evidence do you have that at the Sunday law, we're going to start shouting, Babylon is fallen?
That is my point now. That's the point I wanted to ask. If we don't have any evidence that the second angel is given, then, and we don't have evidence that we are going to give that cry at the Sunday law, then we will apply them.
So do we have evidence that here, when the Sunday law is coming, we're going to say Babylon is fallen, is fallen?
I don't think I have any, but until I've seen the logic you're trying to illustrate here by April, then I'm going to go by, like in the Sunday law, we may be doing nothing.
Okay. So my only question when we did this, it's going to open up in a different way, was to find out where this third one was. And I was thinking, along the lines of my brother, that the third angel message is what? Don't receive the mark of the beast, because what will happen if you do? Sorry?
You receive
You receive the plagues. And who's going to bring those plagues upon you?
Coming of the bride.
I want to shift the language from plagues. Because if we go to the 1850 chart, it doesn't say plagues, it has a person with sickle, with harvest. So the third angel message says, don't receive the mark of the beast, because if you do, someone's going to come and kill you. And the person who's going to come and kill you is the same person who's the bridegroom. So I was thinking along the same lines as my brother. I appreciate it's not exactly the same, because he's the third and this is the second, but you can see all the three components here that you can see here. And until we read 242 paragraph 1, we never even had a mechanism of these people coming out, because just saying Babylon is fallen is not information to do anything, it's just a statement that it's fallen. And behold, the bridegroom cometh is nothing to do with that Babylon is fallen or the Protestant churches have collapsed. You need to have all three components, and she gives us all three, and she describes them by three different ways: a second angel, other angels, and a voice. Interestingly, she doesn't call it an angel. Then if we saw that, she calls it a voice. Why would she call it a voice for 2 Corinthians? Sister Emma?
I'm seeing it as the effect of the message.
So you're not going to answer my question? Just that part of the question. The reason I'm seeing it's a voice is because 18:4 is not an angel. It's a voice. However we want to conceptualize what that is, it doesn't say an angel, it says an angel and voice, and here it says an angel and voice. It's a direct parallel. Second angel and a voice. Second angel and a voice. And then on top of that voice, they've got, behold the bridegroom cometh. And here, this one, it's these angels that are saying come out. So, as Brother William said, it doesn't have an exact parallel. In this one, the multiple angels are saying the bridegroom, and the voice is saying come out. In this one, these are not multiple angels per se, it's just a voice that says come out. But when Ellen White talks about it, she says that they're angels.
So, you're saying when we come to Minaret history, the quotation has given us about come out 2 Corinthians, you're learning start with the voices, 1845.
Yes, because both of them say voice.
Then bridegroom cometh, which is also in that summer, is the third angel. Then at the sum also we have Babylon is fallen, is given. So are we going by the same structure that April the message comes, nothing is done. They are going to do that work in the sum. So like the Sunday though this message comes, probably we do nothing until we do that at the loud cry. Babylon is fallen, come out of her, my people. Now then, my reasoning is, if you want to make bridegroom the third angel, you want to make the bridegroom the third angel, and if this is the sum of 44, and the sum of 44 is the first day of the first month, let's mark it in August.
First day of the fifth month?
Yeah, the first day of the fifth month. And in the first day of the fifth month, we see Ezra arriving in the third decree in Jerusalem. Ezra will be seen third decree, the third angel. And his message is, behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him.
Say that again? I just said yes, I wasn't even...
The Psalm of 44 is the first day of the fifth month.
First day of the fifth month, Ezra comes into Jerusalem.
The third decree in his hand.
With the third decree in his hand.
Ezra is snow.
Snow.
And the message he has is the third decree, the third angel. So then I will see the license of making because the bridegroom come into the third angel.
Just want to add one caveat to that. I've got your hand. Is here there's the agitation of the Sunday law, and that agitation is us saying or doing something. So it's not so straightforward just to say when we come here we're not saying anything, because we're saying something beforehand and it's going to produce an effect. But if 2014 is the Sunday law, what were we doing in 2014? Nothing. We had no message, saying nothing, doing nothing. But we did make a prediction of it. There was an agitation. There's things going on, but it doesn't go anywhere. Sister Emma.
The passage reminds me of another illustration.
Okay, so let's go to the next chapter. So we did the Advent movement illustrated. Now we're going to do another illustration. Which page?
249.2 is the one on the page. It's quite a long. It's about 3 paragraphs that comment on this second angel.
So 249 is the last one. You want to go back 3? Okay, so what I want to suggest is, it's not a long chapter. If we break the class, and if you have an opportunity while you're eating, whatever, read another illustration. Read another illustration. It's going to give us a little bit more light on this subject. We have to close. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we give you praise and thanks for your watch care, your goodness over your people. Please be with us, bless us, and help us to have a clearer understanding of your word. We know that these things may seem trivial or unimportant, but it's in the close attention to detail that we can save ourselves from making a mistake, and also, Lord, we can be encouraged that what we believe is truth. Be with us and bless us to this end. We ask for a blessing upon the food that we are to eat. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.